back to the line. Boom, and one. Grapevine at the top of the key. Marries the third. Wide open look for Olsen here. Back to back, and look at Ekstrom gobbling him up underneath. Great rebound there by Postgame. Good evening and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for tonight's home matchup for your 7-5 Watertown Arrows versus the 5-7 Lincoln Patriots. My name is Sam Mooney, and in with the booth with me, as always, is the talented and handsome Brian Norberg.
Good evening, Sam.
How we doing?
We're ready to go on a Tuesday night. Watertown Arena, Sioux Falls, Lincoln in town. Ready to go.
So we were just talking a little bit before we went on air about the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Their 5-7 record's a little deceiving, right?
Yeah, for sure. You look at their schedule and who they've played, and we all know AA basketball, I think there's a lot of parity there. Wouldn't get a lot of argument to see that Harrisburg and Mitchell maybe kind of two horses up on top and then everyone else, but I think Washington would have something to say about that, and then a lot of the other schools that are in the hunt as well. So they've played a really good schedule early. So the 5-7 record is not very indicative of how good or talented of a basketball team that Coach Halseth has this year.
So let's look at their last 4 games. They lost to Mitchell, the #1 ranked team in the state, by 6. They lost to O'Gorman, the #5 ranked team in the state, by 10. They lost to Washington, the #3 ranked team in the state, by 3. And they lost to a very good Huron team by 2. I mean, that's almost a murderer's row of South Dakota high school basketball in AA.
Yeah, I know they had Huron, the game after Huron played against us, and I know they were really disappointed in their performance up here. They're a lot better team than that, and they went out and showed it then against Lincoln, and that was at Lincoln. And really watching game film on the Patriots, their pressure defensively is going to dictate the game if you allow it to. And I think tonight something to keep an eye on, and we'll get to it a little bit more in detail, how you handle Lincoln's full court pressure, whether it's their diamond pressure, which Coach Halseth, has been very consistent over the years with what he likes to do and kind of his trademark defense. And a lot of times it is going to be a diamond and one, a diamond one full court press, or they'll back it into a 3/4 court, but they will be aggressive with it. Then they'll mix it up and go straight man and run and jump, and they always have athletes to do it with. So Watertown tonight's got to be prepared with their athleticism, what they can do defensively, and in the half court, they really want to keep you to a side. They're going to force you hard to the baseline, kind of invite you to go there. And if you do consistently and don't have a great game plan, you're going to be in trouble. So they're very good in that realm defensively. When they're locked in, when they have energy, Sam, they're throwing out a lot of athletes against us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a team that can score. They can score quickly. They've put up 79 points in a game. They've put up mid-60s, high 60s. So the team can score. Leading the way for scoring for Lincoln is #3, Tate Schaefer, 6'1" senior guard. What can you tell us about him?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Schaefer's the quarterback that I believe for the last 3 years has been one of the best, if not the best quarterback, wouldn't be the best, but one of the best quarterbacks in the state. Yeah. He's just a great athlete, right? He's out there. Then you watch him play basketball. He has good skills. He's very quick, strong. That's one thing that jumped out to me is how strong their 3 guards are. You throw Jack Smith out there and Eddie Knoll and Schaefer, those 3 dudes are strong basketball players, strong individuals. So he may be leading them in scoring. As you can see, it's a very balanced attack. It could be different people on a given night. You don't have that one person scoring 18 and everyone else around the 7 to 10 range. They're all in that, kind of like Watertown, in that 9 to 12 range.
Yeah, and they've got, they only list 2 centers on the team. We're going to see a lot of #41, Gary Crow, 6'6" senior center. He's just like your prototypical 2024 center now, right? I mean, he can go perimeter, he can shoot outside. he can dominate the paint a little bit inside, and then coming off the bench, we'll see the 6'5" Luke Kremkes. Kremkes, excuse me, and that's a big kid.
Yeah.
That kid's a big kid.
Yeah, he'll be playing on Saturdays somewhere, I would believe, in college. I actually graduated the same year as his dad from Howard. So I believe Ryan Kremkes played with a Watertown legend, and Aaron Kranz, a Mount Marty All-American, when they were really rolling down there. So a little background information on the Kremkes kid.
Love it.
Some good lineage there. And he's going to come in. He played 2 quarters of JV. He'll come in and bang. And then you got the Crow kid who, he likes to spend a lot of time on the perimeter. He's very good handles. He's very versatile. He's not your prototypical back to the basket center. He likes to attack maybe more from the perimeter. I bet Coach Halseth maybe would like him to go down low more, and I would think that would be part of their game plan, like it is with most teams, trying to take advantage of our size down low.
So shifting our attention from the Patriots over to the Arrows. Arrows are 7-5, coming off of, has to be their best performance of the season, no?
Yeah, best shooting performance for sure.
Yeah,
and I thought we were. It's always a two-way street. We were good defensively, but I think Huron contributed that their ineptitude on the offensive end. Coach Budenhagen would not argue that it wasn't their night offensively, and so kind of everything looked good for the Arrows that night. But it really was nice to see us shoot the ball so well that we're capable of doing. So now we just got to string multiple games together where we shoot it like that.
So Arrows leading the way for scoring for the Arrows is Cohen Kranz, who's really stepped up his game coming up. He's at 12 points a game. Caden Beauchamp's just over 10 points a game. Dylan Rodden's just under 11 points a game. And then Jake has stepped his up to over 10 points a game. You got 4 guys averaging double figures.
Yeah, coach's dream to have 4 guys that average. It's your dream to have 4 guys that get double figures on any given night. And so we have 4 that average that, and that's impressive. I think what's impressive about what Cohen's done, and you and I have talked about it on air, is he's doing it very efficiently. So I believe he's about at 48% overall shooting it. His 3-point percentage is very high. I think he's gotten that up to 37%. You have Jake at 40% from 3, but Beauchamp's getting in double figures, and he's at around 60%, or better from the field. So he's darn close. I think 55%. So we're doing that pretty efficiently. I think one thing jumps out a little bit going into the season. I think Dylan Rodden's going to probably average more on as a whole. He's played really well, Sam.
Yeah.
We are more balanced than we thought we were going to be. That's a good thing. I think when Dylan gets hot, I think when he gets more consistent, just kind of finds that rhythm, then look out, because then we become really dangerous offensively.
Yeah,
and it'll come. It'll come.
Dylan's leading the team in assists at just over 3 assists a game. So, like you said, I mean, we go into the year thinking that, Dylan's going to score 13, 14, 15 points a game. And he hasn't, not because he can't, but just because he hasn't had to.
No, right.
But then the second part of a game, I mean, the maturation of Dylan Rodden is, getting all those assists again.
Well, assists, and then you mentioned earlier, too, the boards. I mean, he's one of our leading rebounders. So he's a complete player. And so on nights that Dylan hasn't shot it great, he's still been an effective player for us, and other guys have stepped up. So we need to continue that consistency here tonight. What will be interesting tonight, Lincoln will guard you in the full court. Will we allow them not only to turn us over in the backcourt, but I worry more about in the front court, and then more than that, just to take us out of rhythm. When we're in rhythm and that ball is moving from side to side and we got the defense on string, that's when we're at our best. Tonight it concerns me a little bit. Will their zone pressure, which maybe won't even be that aggressive, get us out of rhythm? That's going to be really one of the biggest challenges. And then can we match them on the boards? They got a lot of athletes and a lot of quickness. Will we handle their quickness? Because this probably is the most, maybe overall, athletic team that we played with both quickness and strength. As they run out on the floor here, you just look at them. Their guards are stout.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, geez, you look at Tate Schaefer, number 3. I mean, that's a strong kid. I mean, you can see that from here. I mean, he pops off. Yeah, for sure. And then Jack Smith, I mean, good grief. I mean, he's going to go play receiver at South Dakota State. So you got a Division I athlete out there. And he would be the first to tell you maybe basketball isn't his #1 sport, obviously. Sure.
But he will be very effective out on the court. And so that's the level of athlete that they're throwing out there. And I'll be honest, Sam, It's every year. They'll do it again next year. They have a lot of really good athletes. Their JV team tonight, they had 2 sophomores that were their best players. We'll see both of them out in the court here tonight in the varsity game as well.
I saw their freshman team lost their freshman A team lost their first game of the season tonight to our freshman A team. So.
Credit to the Aero freshmen tonight.
Aero freshmen played good tonight. The Scott kid, pretty legit.
Well, they're again. I think we got 8 to 10 guys that all can end up being ball players. That's a really exciting group of guys for Watertown. That's a big win. Yeah, I talked to one of the Lincoln freshman parents and said, no, this is our first loss. And
12-1 now, I think is what they were. So,
yeah.
Pretty impressive. Aero future looks good. JV team wasn't able to quite pull it out today, and I think the sophomore team dropped. Yeah,
JV and softball. Maybe a little lack of energy there. I won't get into that, but but probably one of the better JV teams talent-wise we played this year. And as poorly as we played, we had it down to a 6-point game in the last 2 minutes. We had a shot. We really did, but just weren't very tight tonight. We played. We probably could use a little bit more enthusiasm or let's see, energy out there, and that would make a big difference. But
so we're about 60 seconds away before we turn it over to the legendary Mr. Bellum. But give me 60 seconds on the maturation of Cohen Krantz. We were talking about it a little bit off air.
It's just been fun to watch how decisive he is, and it kind of clicked, right? And I don't know, I'm not in Cohen's head. It just seems from afar watching that some things just clicked and the game slowed down for him. So I think the game was fast for him at times for the previous 3 years. He's a 4-year guy on the varsity, and it's really fun and gratifying to watch him and the game slow down for him to where he's very confident in everything he's doing.
Yeah, I think it's, for me, watching Cohen Krantz go from football to where, he played wide receiver for the Arrows in football, didn't really get the ball thrown to him a whole lot. But I saw his leadership on the field and appreciated the effort and everything that he gave in the blocking game, the not so sexy part of the game. And then come over to here, and the first couple of games in basketball, he wasn't really filling up the stat sheet, but lately, geez, he's just been killing it.
Yeah.
It's been really fun to watch.
It just helps us be more more diversified, I guess, on the offensive end, where teams have a hard time focusing on one particular individual.
Yeah, well, you got 4 guys averaging 10+ points a game. I mean, it's been a hot minute since I've seen that.
So are you going to sing the national anthem this year, or are we not going to see that this year?
Well, it's in the works.
Okay, let us know. Give us some more warning if that's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely give you a heads up. We're going to take a quick break here from the booth. We're going to turn it over to Mark Bellum. Don't go anywhere. We'll have starting 5 brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and then we'll have the jump, and we'll be back.
We have trouble here.
Athletic training services and care of our athletes are provided by Patriots Sports Medicine. Through certified athletic trainers Michelle Whitehizer and Jeff Upchild. Aero Care, close to home. At this time, we ask you to remain standing for the national anthem. Please show proper respect to the flag by removing your hat. Stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty personnel not in uniform may salute the flag. The anthem will be performed by the Watertown let's meet our Arrow cheerleaders. Natalie Benson. Kendra Buckles. Brooklyn Dahl. Shane Hoffman. Lauren Keller. Mackenzie Lewis. Caleb Norquist. Cameron Norquist. Alexis Olson. And Adrian Schultz. Arrow cheerleading advisor is Valerie Hoffman. And now your starting lineups. First, for the visiting Sioux Lincoln Patriots. Number 1, 6-foot junior guard, this is Noel. Number 3 is a 6'1" senior guard, Kate Schaefer. Number 11, a 6'1" senior guard, Jack Smith. Number 23 is a 6'4" senior forward, Braxton Moore. And number 41, a 6'6" senior center, Garrett Crow. Assistant coaches, Scott Emery, Jared Jansen, Brian Youngberg, head coach of the Patriots, Jeff Paulsack.
Little wrinkle in tonight's intro, new hype video up there.
Yeah, I thought I was going to ask you, but we have now confirmed that hands down the best hype intro production in the state of South Dakota for high school basketball, maybe college.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's Ryan Remmers and the guys at Arrow TV continue to set the standard and raise the bar. And you know, shout out to Craig Boyens, the athletic director, for allowing it to happen. And you know, like we talked about in weeks prior, you know, that's a lot of that, you know, is the vision of the boys and the boys' parents. So shout out to all of them as well. As we are underway, Brian. One person that we kind of glanced over here, certainly not on purpose for Lincoln, is number 23, Braxton Moore. And Moore is averaging about 8.5 points per game over the last 6 games, and he's number 23 for the Patriots. So you're going to see a whole lot of him tonight too.
Yeah. Any given night, there's 4 or 5 of them that could lead him in scoring.
Yeah, and that's another thing that you're going to see from the Patriots tonight. Which, by the way, the powder blue uniforms. Yeah, I don't hate them. I don't hate them.
I've always loved Lincoln's colors. A little different.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, there's Schaefer getting 2 early ones up there, not shy early, and just a little short on both of them early.
And that's one thing too with the Patriots, as Rodden goes up with his first attempt. They are fearless when it comes to that offensive side of the ball. I mean, like I said, they average just under 60 points per game. They can score quick and in bunches.
Lincoln has hung their hat on over the years, their defensive pressure. And really the freedom they've always played with offensively, I'll say, I think a hallmark of Coach Halstead's team.
A great defense there by Caden Beauchamp. Sorry for interrupting, but
a little held ball there, going to be Arrow basketball. But Coach Halstead's teams always have played very free offensively, and maybe early in the year you look at it as a little undisciplined, and then as the season goes on, I will give Coach Halstead credit. Most often or most of the time, Lincoln's playing their best basketball and find themselves as the year goes on, you get into tournament play. So I think this year maybe we might be seeing that with them as well.
Yeah, I think this game is a big one for the Arrows. If they can beat this Lincoln team at home, it go a long way for their season. I think this Lincoln team right now is fighting desperately and hard for a win. They've came so close these last 4 games, and as we see Beauchamp cleaning up the glass, and he gets on the board for the first time in the game. But this Lincoln team, after 4 tough losses, I mean, they are tenacious, they are fighting, and they're going to scratch and claw and do everything they can to get this win.
Yeah, it's every game at this point. We put ourselves in a position where every game is so important, just seeding-wise. They're feeling the same thing. They're under 500 right now. I think they're going to end up over 500. And so if we can get a win and they become over 500 team, it makes that much more of a difference. Now let's see if we get a little full court pressure here out of Lincoln.
Yeah,
this is the first dead ball here that we'll bring it up. Looks like we might be seeing some man full court pressure here. We'll see if they run a jump out of it or if they're just going to make us work.
I would expect by seeing the film for the last few games that they're going to stay in that full court pressure and for a majority of the game.
Yep. Yeah, and one thing, as
Jake
we get another good look there. One thing it will, if we can handle it, right? If we can handle it, we're going to get some good looks, and that's kind of always the trade-off. But they're going to try to create turnovers and wear us down, make us work. But then when you do break it that easily, we get some good looks out of it, which we got there with Jake. Another good defensive possession here.
Yeah, Arrows are playing well defensively. I mean, that's kind of been the norm over the last couple of weeks as they've really stepped up, at least against Huron. I mean, but like you said, I mean, it could have been a...
And Coach Mack will be the first to tell you we're giving up way too high a percentage shooting-wise. Against Huron, it went the opposite way. But I do think we're continuing. Some nights we play good defense. It just, the numbers didn't show. Here comes a little run and jump here on Cohen. Did a nice job.
Good break.
Like I said,
there.
we might get some good looks.
Good job by Rod in there, kissing the glass for 2. 6-0 Arrows run and start the first quarter.
So we've broken the pressure, Sam, together so far. And we've kept our composure and hasn't let us speed us up a little bit. And on the other end, they're taking some quick ones, and they haven't gotten to go yet. And the nice thing is we're getting the defensive boards. We haven't given up old board yet.
Quick foul drawn there by on Edison Knoll, #1 junior guard for the Patriots. We saw in that last possession that Crow is not afraid to step outside that 3-point line and fire one.
Yeah, he's frustrated right now. We got Kremke's coming in, big physical dude down there. Caden and him will be banging with each other.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that matchup. I mean, Kremke is a strong, big kid as Rodden misses his first 3 of the game. It'll be interesting to see. I'm always curious in the battle underneath for the Arrows, how they give up size and strength. I mean, you look at the Kremke kid, that is a big kid.
Yeah, and we've done a very good job this year on the boards. Going into the year, you're concerned about how are we going to rebound with the bigger, more physical teams, but as a unit, we've done a good job of battling on the boards. So we got Engstrom and Torgy, Torgy, and Bisker in now. So kind of our second wave. The subbing's consistent for us here. So
been that way all year, like around that 4.5 minute mark.
Good help there early. Yeah, good call. Cohen was there, slid at the very end. You got the big fella going around a roll. He's not going to be able to change directions. But Cohen may have made a business decision there a little bit as well.
You know what? I don't blame him. Look at the tree trunks on Krampus.
Yeah, he's a big fella.
Those are not calves. Like those are just massive tree trunks for legs. Like that is a big kid.
Yeah, I think he played some DN. I don't know if he played O-line as well, but he's a good-looking kid.
And on top of that, like he is athletic. Like he is.
So we've had Schaefer launching early as we get a turnover here. Schaefer launching early with no success. We haven't seen Eddie Knoll get going yet. He will be getting his shots as well.
Don't let the first 4 minutes of the game fool you by any means.
The spurt ability is there with Lincoln, for sure.
I was trying to set you up multiple times for the spurt ability.
Yeah.
And you never took my bait. But there it was. I didn't even set you up for it.
No, they got it.
You just did it. As we see 51 banging underneath with Beauchamp and just can't get the bunny to fall. Kicks it out. Wide open 3 attempt here from Schaefer, right?
It's Knoll.
Or Edison Knoll, excuse me. Yep.
Yeah, Eddie's not going to miss many of those.
Yeah. Solid name. Good job to Mr. and Mrs. Knoll with
I
that.
actually have a cabin out at Lake Compesca. Eddie spends a lot of time in the summer up here at Lake Compesca. His parents love the water, love Lake Compesca. So
I just got to get him out here playing softball.
Well, maybe.
You know,
I guarantee he's a kid. If he picked it up, he'd be good at it. I
believe
guarantee
that.
that.
I believe that. Very much believe that.
I'll be honest, Sam. I get the choice between the lake and softball. I'm going to the lake.
Well,
sure.
that's fair, but you know, you're old, so
that's true.
You got to live that lake life at this point.
Very true.
You know, that young man's like 17 years old.
Yeah, he's young enough he could do both in the same day.
Probably, you know, if I were to do some like tubing or something, I'm done. Not just for the day.
That's a long recovery.
Mostly for the weekend.
Yeah.
I might call in sick to work on Monday.
I volunteer to drive the boat if you're tubing.
Yeah, well, I voluntarily pass on that opportunity for us as Lincoln gets the rebound here, 0 for 2 at the line. Struggles kind of continue there. I'd like to see that pick up a little bit for the Arrows.
Got Marcus down there banging with the big fella. Good defensive effort. We got Erickson in the game there, number 5. Lefty shooter, can really shoot it.
Look at that range. Look at that range. Shoots it wrong-handed and everything and still buries it.
He's done it since he's been young. I've been fortunate enough to see Sam play as a youngster all the way up, and he has always been able to shoot the ball with that lefty stroke. So, and it doesn't take a lot of room. He's very confident shooting the ball.
No, and he's lengthy too as Engstrom goes up for the Arrows and can't bring that one home. And just like that, it's a 6-6 game. Lincoln's going, or excuse me, Lincoln's going to push the ball up quickly, and it's not there, so they're going to slow it down. It's a smart athletic team.
A little shuffle there on the catch. The epidemic of travels occurred all afternoon here so far at the arena. So I don't know if we should, hold a seminar or something, but it's happening all over the place. And when I say that, it's not the referees. They're calling it. It's their travels. But yeah, we got to work on it. Everyone does. So nice answer here by Lincoln after us getting off to a good start. Lincoln with a good answer.
Tough pressure.
Arrows got to get
relentless.
Got about 4 seconds here. P's got to get it across. We're fine.
There we go.
Used to be the refs couldn't look at the shot clock to determine whether or not it's 10 seconds. They'd always get yelled at by the crowd because the shot clock would say, 25, yet they didn't call 10 seconds. Well, now they actually can use that.
Good job by Rodden attacking the line, or attacking the basket, getting 2.
Really good finish there by Dylan.
Love him at the basket. Love him out there, or in there, excuse me.
Yeah, he's really good. When we get him going downhill, he does a lot for us.
Look at this. Look how deep he is at, and he can make that. I've seen it on tape countless times.
He's got really good range, and he's not shy. And he knows when he comes in the game, that's his job.
Great pass there by Erickson too. Back up top.
Another one.
Another good wide open look. He hangs it up there. Buries 3 more. Sam Erickson providing a big spark off the bench.
Yeah, we just don't want him to get comfortable. And that one, that one's off an old board. Those are the tough ones when you're trying to guard a shooter and you get an old board.
That was one thing I did notice from Lincoln. I watched the Mitchell game, and they had a ton of offensive rebounds as Jake gets a wide open look for his first 3, and that can't get that one to fall. Kind of the exact opposite of Huron. Couldn't miss with Huron. Great job by Rodden there breaking that one up.
Oh. Fastball there.
Yeah, that one, Braxton Moore just zipped that one.
A little mustard on that.
Yeah. I don't blame that one going right through the hands. Here we get a good look at Sam Erickson's latest 3 from the top of the key. What a blessing that is to have that kind of talent come off your bench. Huh?
Yeah, he's instant offense coming off the bench. I know he's had games this year. I think he's had a game winner for him, or at least a huge shot to put in overtime. I forget which game. I saw a highlight, but Sam can come off and score for a lot of teams here.
And Lincoln's got about 8 or 9 that they'll play, right?
Yep. Yeah, they go pretty deep, and Coach Halseth usually does. They're usually a senior-laden team just because they have so much talent in the program that you kind of got to wait your turn to play unless you're really exceptional. So this year's no different. Right now we have 2 sophomores out on the court with some seniors, I believe, but another one for Sam. That one's going to be contested. But still, good defense by Dylan.
In and out, it's a great shot.
Yeah, it's probably not. For him, it's just a shot you're going to put up with if you're Coach Halseth. If I'm coaching, I'm not looking at it as, hey, I love that shot. But with him, yeah, that's what you take. Yeah, that's what you get with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good form. He's fearless. He doesn't need a whole lot of separation. He's got long arms. I'd love to know what his wingspan is.
Down to 10 here at the end of the quarter. See if we can get a good look. Got to cut hard out of this. Kind of walking.
Cohen tries to close out the quarter with a 3 and can't come up with it. Lincoln answers back with a half quarter and draws the back of the iron. As we finish the first quarter, Patriots 9, Arrows 8. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union.
Group, where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
I'd like to welcome anybody from the Sioux Falls area that's watching the Lincoln Patriots on Arrow TV. We appreciate you tuning in and watching Arrow TV. Give us a shout out on the YouTube chat here. Let us know where you're at and who you're rooting for, and maybe you can give us some insight on the players and the students and their backgrounds, and maybe if they're committed to a college or what they plan on doing after school.
Yeah, Isaac Jaworski. I'm going to butcher Isaac's name here. Butcher it. Jaworski. Yes, I know Isaac and his dad, his family a little bit, and I know he's going to USF to play receiver for USF on the football field as well. So you got, like I said before, there's probably, there's 4 right off that I can think of, 4 that are going to play a pretty high level of college football. And then you have a guy like Eddie Knoll, who's just an extremely good athlete all around. He might be as well. I know he's going to get looks. So you got a lot of multi-sport athletes out there. Schaefer with another look from 3.
Yeah, and this time gets that one to fall. Just a talented athlete, a good shooter, really a good everything.
Yeah, just good matter of time there. If we keep giving them open looks, they're going to knock shots down. Can't let them get comfortable here. We need some good offensive possessions here as well.
Yeah, we need to answer back. We scored 6 points real fast to start the game and then just really slow down after that. And, had good looks, just not getting anything to fall. Caden kicks it out to Kranz, back to Rabine. Jake's going to go underneath and bang down low a little bit. And comes up short of everything. Crow gets the rebound. 12-8 Arrows as just about a minute's gone in the second quarter here. Crow thought about that one, and that's a shot that he can hit, right, Brian?
Yeah, I think so, and I think we're probably going to give him a little soft closeout just because if we're going to take our pick,
we want him shooting. But if we're going to leave Tate Schaefer open like that, it's going to be a long night for the Arrows.
We've just been stuck on 8 here too long, and they're getting comfortable.
Yeah, they really are. This team does not need a lot of separation to shoot. I mean, they will do that, and like you said earlier, they absolutely have spurt ability. See if Rodden can get on the board here, and he misses. It's going to be tough for Caden to go up against the 6'6" Gary Crow underneath there.
Pretty good look by Dylan there. We've just gotten out of sync, and credit Lincoln their defense as well. They are making us a little uncomfortable after we got off to a pretty quick start.
And the other thing that's really noticeable with this Lincoln offense, as Cohen Kranz can't get us on the board with the 3s quite yet, the Lincoln offense is fast. Like, they will come down, take a couple dribbles, and shoot. As we see it there as, we got the travel from Medicine Knoll there.
I didn't see that one. Let's see a replay if we could on that one. Was it a spin move here? Here we go. Yeah. So we've talked about that, the spin dribble. It's going to basically be called a travel. Not all refs are on board with it, from what I hear. If you follow the letter of the law on it, it's going to be a travel. That one, by the letter of the law, but what they're saying, what they're emphasizing is definitely a travel. And I know Eddie's not happy about it. Coach Halseth isn't. The hard part is it depends on the night. It depends on the night and which referees think what. That call's going to, they got to get it together and be consistent with it. And that's not going to happen overnight. But that's a big emphasis this year, and it's really driving coaches and players nuts. And I feel for all parties involved. I feel for the referees, too, because they're being told one thing, and it may be against what they believe the move is.
Yeah, it's interesting there. I mean, I'm an old school guy, and,
Come on, Willie.
How many steps do you get?
Boy, we've gone a little cold here, Sam.
Ice cold. See if Rodden passes up to
Torgy.
Torgy.
All right, Torgy.
Up top. There we go.
Torgerson
gets our first green bean of the game. Finally gets us off the Schneid at the three-point line.
1 of 7 for 14% right now. So big shot by Torgy there.
Boy, and Lincoln just fires back and answers back immediately with Sam DeGroot banging home a three.
There.
Sophomore, 6'5".
He's got a little bit of the sunshine vibe from Remember the Titans going on.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Nothing wrong with that, as he's going to try to go back-to-back in the same spot. Boy, he's feeling it.
Yeah, good timeout.
Yeah, good timeout by the Arrows there, as DeGroot is just smoking that same spot back-to-back. Good on him.
Yeah, the turnover's leading to that one. We just can't. We can't turn it over. It's going to lead to too many easy buckets for a too talented Lincoln team. So got to take care of it, get it back into kind of our pace. It was early, and now they've taken the momentum and kind of leading open shots like that because of turnovers.
Yeah, this game, I was fearful of this game, and not gonna lie, call a spade a spade. I mean, when you come off of 4 straight losses like that, on this is similar. This could be like when the Arrows had those 3 in a row that they lost by single digits, by 1-2 possessions. Come out firing against Huron. I mean, we're seeing a lot of this from Lincoln.
Here's the deal tonight. They're 7 of 10 from 3. They have 21 points. So you do the math. They haven't scored inside the 3 yet.
Right. Well, and 7 of 10, they missed their first 3. Are they 7?
Yeah.
Seven for their last 7?
I think they've hit 7 in a row. So they're on fire right now. They have yet to score inside of the 3-point line. So a little bit of a odd statistic there, but
how many attempts do they have in the paint? It can't be much. I know Crow missed a couple inside.
Well, and it's given me the stats we have. It's given me 7 of 10 for both field goals and 3-point field goals. So like I said, that the score total validates what I'm saying there. I know that the overall field goals because they have taken some shots in the paint, they're just not in our stats. Haven't made anything but outside the line. All right,
quite a big mismatch here with Schaefer and Torgerson too.
Yeah, Torgerson just got to be strong with it, keep his head up, get rid of it. We just got to make sure they guard us and attack them. Good take by Will.
That's a tough shot by Will Engstrom, getting on the board for 2.
Yeah, we got to finish this quarter here.
Got to finish strong here and close the gap. And
got it down to 8 here. We got to keep it at single digits. See if we get some momentum back here to finish the half.
Good defense by Beauchamp underneath. Do you think that this is a strategy by Lincoln, living outside the 3 in this particular game? Because the games that I saw, they shot plenty of 3s, but not at this rate.
Yeah, they've never been shy, and maybe sometimes what the defense is giving you, and I know a lot of them are because of they're either off offensive boards or turnovers.
Speaking of offensive boards, there's Crow gets one and gets an easy 2.
So they're gonna, Eddie Knoll's really working hard on Dylan. There's no question. Their game plan tonight is they're gonna really try to make Dylan work hard in the full court, and they're gonna throw 3 to 4 guys at him.
Those great pass there. Engstrom just got buried underneath a little too bit and turns it over. And there's Crow. He's not afraid. Oh, they're going to call a travel on that one? Yeah. Can we see that one?
Caught it, hopped. That one was pretty obvious. I felt like.
Here's the replay here. You tell me, Brian.
Yeah,
Did he drag that foot or no?
I don't know. I tell you, to be honest with you see that all the time.
Yeah, and that's what I thought too. Like, here we go one more time. And I don't know if that foot drags, if that's what they're seeing, but I don't know.
Yeah, Coach Hall said didn't seem too upset about it. It probably could, or could be called every time when that type, and you see it a lot. But we'll take it.
Was that a holding in football? You could call it on every play,
sure.
But you just unless it's egregious. But I don't feel like that was egregious. But
yeah, I've seen worse that haven't been called.
Yeah.
I think Will had one earlier where he caught it, hopped, then shot it. I thought his was a travel before that one.
Hey, Rodden splashes the bottom of the net for his first green bean of the game and getting the lead down to 23-16. Arrows chasing 7 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. See if we can get some of that momentum coming our way now.
DeGroot with another one. Man.
Boy, oh boy. Sam DeGroot, 3 for 3 on his last 3 shots, 9 points.
So you got Erickson and DeGroot coming in and getting what? He's got 9 and Sam had 2. So they got 15 points just off those 2 on the bench.
Yeah, impressive shooting from the Patriots tonight for sure. Rodden thought about another one, and this time he attacks the basket amongst 3 different guys and just can't get it to fall. Expect the Patriots to shoot quickly here as they do. Go deep outside this time, and that's Sam Erickson, who we've seen make quite a few of those already. 2-on-1 opportunity here.
Torgie's sucking air right now. He's tired. You got Torgie's working his butt off out there. He's tired. He'll fight through it. He's tough. Go down and someone tap Coach Kranz on the shoulder. Tell him Torgie's gassed.
Well, here comes Jake, but I'm guessing Jake's not going to go a point. The group misses that one. Torgie does a good job of getting a hand up there at least.
So we've done a decent job of weathering the storm here a little bit.
Agreed. Like, I mean, if we can go on a 4 or 5-0 run here, I mean, just right back in it. But in the blink of an eye, I mean, Lincoln shoots. And they're doing a good job of making it there. Torgie passes on that to Rabine at the top of the key and draws the back of the iron. We get a foul on, is that on Rodden?
Yep, not going to hurt us there team-wise, but if that's his second, that's not a very smart play. If it's his first, we live with that one. But so Dylan's going to go have a seat. That is his first. Yeah, we can just kind of finish the quarter here. Hanging in there.
Yeah, resetting the court for the Arrows. Jake, Bisker, Cohen Kranz, Rabine, and Beauchamp underneath. Boy, this Lincoln team, pretty impressive. I like this DeGroot kid, too. Tough shot. Tough shot underneath in the paint there as he gets 2 more.
Yeah, he's been the story of the half.
Really has. Fun to watch, though. Frustrating if you're an Arrows fan, though.
Yeah, we like some of those 6'6" dudes.
Hey, good pass there. Caden goes underneath and gets a high percentage basket for 2 more.
And that's what's fun about this team, Sam. Those type of plays, we start taking them for granted, but the movement off the ball and then the passer seeing it and making the pass on time. That's what I enjoy watching about this team offensively. It's another touch there by DeGroot in a bad spot for us. We got fortunate there.
Going back to what you're saying about, kind of maybe we take for granted the passing and the off-ball movement because we see it so much as full. There
we go.
Cohen Cransberry's a green bean of his own.
So even there, Sam,
great pass across
that
court.
Overhead cross-court pass by Jake, I mean, that goes unnoticed, but that was a rifle.
Yes.
And hit him right in the hands, and Cohen catches it in rhythm and knocks it down. So big shot for us, got it down to 10. Let's see if we can hold here.
Hey, with just under 10
Sam's
seconds left, we got
gonna pull.
5-point lead here.
Another lefty. All right.
Fortunate
Good job.
that
Good
one
finish.
missed by Braxton Moore, but a phenomenal finish by the Arrows to close to lead to 5. We're going to take a couple-minute break here. Halftime brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and then Brian and I will be back to sum up the first quarter, the first half.
To Sharp Automotive Group, where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
I'm Caden Beauchamp and I'm a senior.
And I'm Marcus Rabine and I'm a senior. Caden, would you rather be the funniest or the smartest person in the room?
I'd rather be the funniest because I'm not very smart. Marcus, would you rather be itchy or sticky forever?
Probably itchy if I had to choose one. Are you always slightly late or super early?
Slightly late. Marcus, are you a Swiftie or not?
No, definitely not. Is Bigfoot real?
Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh. That feeling where you get like really tingly when people scratch different materials, that one gets me really bad. Be honest, are some babies just kind of ugly?
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure?
Probably growing out the chest hair, you know. So if you're a pro wrestler, what's your walk-up song?
My Heart Will Go On.
Okay.
Do fish get thirsty?
Definitely not, because, you know, they breathe in water.
I'm Jake Olson, I'm a senior. I'm Will Engstrom, I'm a senior.
Jake, would you rather lose all your money or all of your pictures?
All my pictures.
All right.
Would you rather be really beautiful or really smart?
Probably really smart. You have to give it up for 1 week. Your phone or showering? 1 week, no phone.
During basketball season, probably phone.
Fair enough. Be honest. Are some babies just kind of ugly?
Very. Who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. I don't got one.
No,
I'm going.
no,
I
I'm
don't
gonna hold you to that answer.
No one.
All right.
Crop circles. Are they real or just hoaxes?
Probably real. I think aliens are probably real. There you go. What's your guilty pleasure?
Fortnite. OG Fortnite for sure.
I agree. Good talking to you.
Yep.
All right, and we are back. Arrows trailing 5 to the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, a halftime score of 28-23, and we were visiting a little bit off air here, and there was 2 free throws that first half. 2.
Yeah. And
not 2 by one team, 2 by
total.
both teams.
Yeah, not one free throw made in the first half, so that's a little rare.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that. There's just not a lot of fouls. The game moved by quickly. In the blink of an eye, we're almost through halftime.
Yeah, I think just one foul there in the second quarter, that one on Dylan, and so it resulted in a very quick first half.
Yeah. So speaking of first half, can you reset the first half for us?
So yeah, I thought things got off to where Lincoln's a little cold early. Schaefer misses a couple. They missed their first 3 threes, followed up, I believe, with 7 in a row. You got Sam Erickson coming off the bench. Really, the difference in that half was their bench play, because you got Erickson and DeGroot coming off, and DeGroot just kind of takes over, and then you got Erickson hits a couple as well. So. And then Schaefer catches fire, but they're getting their good news and bad news for Lincoln. If you're Coach Halstead, hey guys, we're shooting the ball great. We're in rhythm offensively with the 3-point shot. I'm a little concerned about that. If I'm Lincoln, when they stop falling to maintain, we're only up 5 and we shot the lights out, right? And a lot of those were a result of either offensive boards or tip outs or a couple of times a turnover on our end. So if I'm Pat, if I'm Coach McClemens in the Arrow locker room, I'm kind of preaching that, hey, guys, they shot the lights out. We're doing just fine. We got to continue to take care of the ball. What I'm worried about is don't let their pressure wear us down, because I think they're throwing athletes at our players, and don't let it wear you down to where now you make a tired mistake or a tired turnover. Sometimes unfortunate, because you get not only just physically but mentally worn down a little bit. So that would be one of my concerns there. We got to have, again, kind of been our deal all year, no empty possessions offensively. Let's make them guard us every possession, because like you've been saying, they want to come down. They're going to they're not going to use a lot of the shot clock. They never have. Yep. They have so many weapons out there, I believe it's hard for them to use a lot of the shot clock. So those are just some things that I can think of here just off the top of my head. It's been a very perimeter-oriented game, both teams scoring from the perimeter, especially with Lincoln. So
you know what's impressed me? That these kids just disappeared. The halftime show.
Well, I tell you
There's
what.
like 100 kids down there. Is there a better day than, I don't know what you
Well,
call that thing, but
well, I mean,
back in the day we used to put balls on top of it.
Yeah, the
Go
popcorn.
everywhere.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, next to dodgeball, back in the day when they let us play dodgeball, you and me are old enough, we got to play dodgeball.
Yeah,
next to that, the parachute day
it's a solid
was
day.
a big day.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, if you had a day where you showed up at school and had chili and cinnamon rolls and
okay.
parachute day in PE
Okay.
class.
Now you're talking about a
and
unicorn.
if the weather's nice enough to go outside that day, that's a big day in the elementary schools.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But look at old Bruno. We got Bruno out there. We got Blake Heiser. We got Ryan Neal. The teachers out there. They got the youngsters here. Now, hopefully they stick around, don't leave here after half, and their parents. But
good crowd in the Civic Arena tonight.
For Tuesday night, not bad. Students
not
showed
bad.
up.
Yeah, student section looks pretty good.
We're back to the high five cam. You and me got to be careful with the with the cams.
Let's grow up a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
In the event that it rears its ugly head again.
No, we got to keep it professional. Speaking of professional, I got a private shout out here.
Okay.
The infamous, and when you say legendary, now we're not joking. This is legendary. We're fortunate enough to have him here in Watertown, but of all people, we're going to shout out from Gary Weckworth.
Oh, love me some Gary Weckworth.
Yeah.
Love Gary Weckworth.
Yeah, well, and I guess more as I read his text, he's maybe being a little more critical of us now that I look at it. But I'm sure he's complimenting us in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's a high. I tell you what, why didn't you ask him? Where's Gary?
Yeah, well,
we got to have him in. We got to have him as a third guy.
You know, so I had the pleasure of meeting Gary several years ago when our companies kind of merged together for a project, and I told Gary that I would be happy to give him a deal on that specific project, but it came with one condition. Before I die, I am going to watch a baseball game with Gary Weckworth.
Oh.
I don't care. I don't care if it's an Allegiant game, if it's if it's a Canaries game, a Twins game, but that man is a South Dakota legend.
Oh yeah, and
Big
let's
time.
not shortchange him. He just flat out a legend. But
Yes.
Gary, I tell you, I don't wanna talk too much about golf, but I have the privilege of him playing in our golf league, and Gary, just a stout golfer, and his partner, they are the dynamic duo out there. We got Randy Foster playing with him, so Foss is out there. So I'm sure Foss is probably listening in tonight, but it's always kind of one of those golf matches you circle on the calendar, getting to play Weckworth and Foss.
Well, as good as a golfer as I'm sure Weckworth is, his wife Ann, she can tell you and sing verbatim just about every Snoop Dogg known to man song.
Really?
Snoop Dogg song known to man. Yeah.
Interesting fact about Ann Weckworth.
Fun fact about Ann Weckworth.
Yeah.
And speak real quick before we get back to basketball. I got to give a quick shout out to my daughter Josie. She is sick and has missing the game tonight. She had some deals come up yesterday, so she's at home watching us on Aero TV. So I hope she's feeling better and can't wait to have her back in the arena.
Get well, Josie.
Doing student management stuff.
Silver lining for her, she's sick on a night she gets to listen to us on Aero TV.
Yeah, I'm sure
silver lining.
She loves the fact that she gets to listen to her dad when she has to listen to him every day of the week.
Oh, yeah. Well, back to basketball here.
Yeah.
Gary got us off topic.
Love me some Gary Weckworth. Good 10 out of 10 guy.
We did get another shout out from a parent down in Sioux Falls that said, he said, you guys have the best YouTube feed in the state, like I'm watching a game on ESPN. I mean,
wow, how about that?
That's about as good as it gets. So
how about that?
We appreciate the shout out.
The beautiful Audrey Mooney just chimed in, sent me a text message and told me that Josie just decided to make an appearance. So she's here tonight,
she's here.
And as I look down, she's straight across from me at the scores table.
Great.
So,
well, Josie's in the house.
So here I am saying that she's on her deathbed at home.
Listen, where's Mrs. McClemens? Let's not talk to her. Let's not tell Ms. McClemens in case she missed class today.
Mrs. McClemens, turn it off.
Yep.
Turn it off, please.
Well, good to see Josie's in the house. Here we go.
Yeah,
the kids are all
feeling better, and
we got a lot going on here beneath us right here. People are all the parents are leaving actually, unfortunately. Oh yeah, it's a mass exodus right now.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna miss
they're
gonna miss a good half though. Let me tell you.
They are gonna miss a good half. I think.
Maybe we should lock the doors, not let them out. Here we go.
I feel like that might be a fire code issue. I don't know. I could
Possibly.
be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know much. Fins, feathers, fur. chats us and says, easily the best live stream in South Dakota.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we do appreciate that. There's a lot of good people behind the scenes here that make it happen, and we'll make sure to give them a shout out here a little later in the broadcast as we are underway for the second half. Jake tries to open up the scoring for the Arrows. The wind picked up there and took that one. Great save, though, by Rabine. 28-23 Patriots.
Nice pass.
Blink of an eye, it's 30-23 Patriots. Patriots team they're pretty impressive. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, you can tell they play at a little different pace than most of the teams we play. Not all of them, but there's a little more. They're a little quicker out there than I think we've been used to somewhat. But our guys have done a nice job adjusting. But even there, some quick hands by Eddie.
Yeah, real quick hands.
They play, to me, I'm impressed. They play very under control and confident in everything they're doing right now. We got Jack Smith out there from 3. Probably a shot we're going to give him. As good an athlete as he is, we'll probably give him that one.
Cohen opts to pull it back out and restart here as the Arrows are chasing 7. Good ball movement by the Arrows, being patient, looking for something, and just as I say it, announcer's jinx there. Sorry, Coach, that one's my fault. Seems like the Patriots are kind of slowing it down here a little bit too, aren't they? I mean, they haven't really been firing off real fast.
Yeah, I think they probably took some quick ones early, then got on fire. I think Coach Halseth maybe reminded them, hey, make them guard us. Let's make sure we go to our strengths here.
Crow misses a bunny, gets it back, kicks it out to a wide open Schaefer who misses. Arrows are on the move now. Jake pulls it back here. You like Cohen driving like that? You okay with him attacking
absolutely.
the basket?
He's got really good vision, and him going downhill there in the middle. I think if you play Lincoln, if you can get penetration in the middle of the court, you're going to have a lot of success. I think it's when you take the bait and go baseline, that's where their help is set up to be. So I think those type of penetration, especially early, we need to get them on their heels early, get that ball moving. Boy, Jake and Dylan love that play. He penetrates, and Jake just fills in behind him.
Tough pass there by Jake. I don't know if it got deflected or if he didn't just see that window close.
Yeah, good board by Ole. Just a little indecisive there, I think.
2-on-1 opportunity here. Rodden's going to step back for a wide open 3. Cannot get the shooter's roll. Great job by Rabine.
So this is when I remember we're in year 2023 because we have a 3-on-1. Not that it was a bad play. It's 3-on-1, and instead of taking the layup, we kick it across court for an open 3. And you'll see that more and more when you have a break. More coaches are okay with it, and players look for it. Just kind of interesting deal. There's just more and more of that. Instead of taking the layup maybe there or maybe drawing a foul, you're going to space out to 3, and so it was a nice pass. Good look.
If you do that at 92, you on the bench?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
even if you make it?
Well, no. If you make it, it's kind of...
Then that's the best thing
all bets
ever.
are off, yeah.
How many three-point attempts, roughly, would you say your senior year did your team put up?
Well, my senior year, we probably put up quite a few. Not near as much as they do now. But still, three-point line have been in effect for a long time. I'm not that old, so. But I think too, it depends on the team. We actually put up quite a few, but we're a pretty versatile group back then.
Speaking of threes, Jake's kind of struggling from that spot tonight a couple times. You know, it's one thing to miss, but you know he's missed pretty badly on that spot.
Yeah, he's had a couple tough ones. They're just not getting the feet set, and we've seen it this year where he'll go through stretches on that and then catch fire, get in his rhythm. You just got to find it.
It's one of those things, though, like you're not overly concerned by that, right? Because he's a shooter, and what do shooters do? I mean, they shoot, right?
Coach is probably yelling at him, Jake, keep shooting, right?
Yeah.
It's just never a question. You trust him. He's a senior. He's one of your better players.
He's got a ton of confidence, too, right?
Yeah, we need him shooting the ball.
Great pass there by Schaefer to Crow. What's the biggest change from your senior year to now?
Well, we kind of talked about it. I think it's maybe, most teams probably take more threes. The analytics have changed things, even at the high school level, where you have a lot of teams. There's another miss by old Jake, just not able to find it right now. I applaud the fact that he's taken that one, but I think it used to be there's no more mid-range game. There's very few guys that shoot the mid-range jumper, so it's either a layup or a 3. There's not your back-to-the-basket guys. There was more back-to-the-basket players back then, even at the high school level. That's a big difference. Now everyone's more positionless. So, and I think the defense is better. I don't think enough people talk about it. Defense is better. It's coached better. Kids are quicker. They're stronger. The defense is better. And the skills overall with kids overall are better.
Crow bangs home another 2 underneath. I agree with all of that. I think the defense gets overlooked a lot. I think there's more emphasis on the defensive part of the game.
Yeah.
And you're right too, or earlier on when you said it for the most part, like that midi game is all but gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3-pointer or a high percentage layup, dunk, whatever underneath the basket. But that 6-footer, that 8-footer.
Yeah, like that floater is kind of, but the pull-up game isn't near. When you see someone that has it, it's more rare. Because kids, when they shoot from a very young age, they just shoot threes. So when they're in the gym by themselves, they first thing they do is run to the 3-point line. Bisker there in the corner.
Hey, Bisker buries a green bean in the corner in front of the bench.
We needed it.
Looks like speaking of the Arrows bench, it looks like there's a few new faces on the Arrows bench. You see Decker's down there.
Yeah, probably McClemens and Carter.
McClemens is down there.
Ashton maybe. Yeah, we added it looks like we added some of the sophomores. Their quarters are probably run out here tonight, but just a little more company on the bench.
Help the audience and myself understand this late in the year why you would add a few more to the bench.
Well, I think get them out warm-ups, get them in the locker room, get them sitting on the bench, being in the huddles, because you're going to need them next year. These guys that are sitting there are going to be guys playing for us next year. So I think at this point in the year, Coach McClemens looks like probably making the decision, hey, let's give these guys a taste. And just good experience, even though they're not actually getting on the floor.
So is that like a camaraderie thing?
Yeah, just more to experience it. Experience what it's like in the locker room at halftime, pregame, because otherwise they're not in there. And then even in warm-ups, getting out and going through the warm-ups. Another good job by Bisker there, forcing a turnover. I think Sam shuffled the feet there.
5 seconds? Or would he get a foul?
I guess I was too busy talking. I didn't see if he traveled or if we got a 5-second count there on the whole. I guess I apologize. I didn't see that.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think the ball got thrown in. So
we need where's our spotter, Sam? We need a spotter up here.
Well, yeah. I mean, somebody had mentioned the ESPN comment earlier. If we can get a spotter, that would be great. Talking to in our ear.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That'd be all right. Oh. We get a travel here on the Arrows. 34-26, 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the third. Arrows coming out pretty flat. The halftime score was 28-23. We've got 3 points this entire quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of danger time here as we near the end of the third. This is a lineup really that got going for Lincoln when they brought in Erickson and DeGroot. Got Eddie Knoll. A battle there, Will on the boards. Little scrum, kicked out. Quick timeout.
We're going to take that opportunity to take a timeout here as well. Brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. All right, and we are back. And just another quick reminder, if you're watching us at home or wherever you're at, let us know in the chat there. We'll give you a shout out. The handsome and legendary Brian Norberg himself may talk about your golf game. So
yeah, I think
be careful of that.
We may be scaring people away. We're kind of lonely up here. If someone acknowledges us, we like to give them a shout out. So.
All right, so just north of 2 minutes left, 34-26, slow, fast pace first half. Slow down a little bit in the scoring category in the second half here, as Schaefer can't get that one to fall.
Brody's done a nice job coming and be active all over the place.
Grapevine's going to attack the basket there, trying to get over DeGroot and can't get it to fall. Lincoln's got 6 points this half. The Arrows have 3 points this half. We just under the 2 minute mark. And if there's anybody that can get Lincoln going again, it's number 5, Sam Erickson.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great look by Sam. Just can't let him be that comfortable. Meanwhile, the Arrows are 4 of 17 from 3, 23%. You got Lincoln at 45% now, 9 of 20 from 3. So kind of the story of the game as far as how the teams are scoring. But we're giving up a high percentage here, and on the other end, we're at 40% overall, but 23 from 3.
Yeah, the Sam Erickson, good length on him, good size on him. He's just a sophomore, bright future for this Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots team.
Yeah, you know, Sam as a little kid was always smaller and has really sprouted up here in the last couple of years. Now he's long and lanky out there.
Good job by Rodden attacking the basket, getting an easy 2 underneath. Haven't seen much of that from Rodden tonight. Good defense there by Torgerson. Might be frustrating Schaefer a little bit there.
Yeah, Torgy doing a nice job there in the full court. See the Arrows picking up, just trying to
Make
get them out of
difficult.
rhythm. A little jump. That's a tough one. They see it coming there. What we don't want is this guy open. Good.
Yeah,
board
he's
by
not going to
Dylan.
miss many of those. And then the Arrows are going to break, moving quickly here. But,
Get it reversed. Keep it moving.
Haven't seen a lot of Cohen tonight either.
It's a tough
Tough
drive.
shot by Ray by there, but he's going to get to the free throw line for free throws number 3 and 4 of the game.
Yeah, applaud Marcus for being aggressive twice in a row against DeGroot, but it's a tough matchup for Marcus there with his length. But he did a nice job of kind of holding that pivot foot and getting around him. May or may not have drug it and traveled. Depends on who you ask, but
So,
credit to him to get to the free throw line.
The mistake there made by DeGroot on the foul is just left his feet. You know,
Yeah.
He needs to stay cemented there.
Stay down because he's gonna have a hard time scoring over you. Don't lift up. Don't leave the floor.
Rayby makes the first of 2 free throws here and able to make both. It's going to shrink the lead to 7. Arrows haven't been within 5 for quite a while now. That's kind of where they get it to 5 and then they kind of get it back to that 8 and 9 range and then get it back down to 5. Put it together for a few possessions here.
Nice look by Eddie there.
Yeah, great pass by Eddie into DeGroot. You know, if you're Lincoln right now, I mean, everything kind of seems to be going through DeGroot and through Erickson.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting when DeGroot comes in the game. They definitely look to get him the ball, and same with Sam. I mean, they're coming in the game. They know what they're in there for, and they're very confident, especially with 2 sophomores.
Look at DeGroot there, just bullying his way up into a shot. He's such a good young player. That Cohen takes the 3 and hits the side of the iron there.
Yeah, into the clock there. If it goes in, great. If not, now we give them the last shot of the quarter.
Yeah, trailing 9. Boy, that DeGroot is really just doing it all right now, inside, outside. Good young player. 6 seconds left as Lincoln is going to look to score one final basket as Erickson takes it way deep. Comes up short. We're going to stay right here. We'll avoid the commercial break here. Diane Rodden chimes in and she says, Rodden's fan club in Evansville, Indiana, checking in. Let's go Arrows. We appreciate the Rodden family in Indiana. Brian, 39-30. What do you think?
Well, you know, DeGroot's been the difference.
Incredible.
Tonight, 13 points, leading him right now with 13, 5 of 6. He's 83%, right? He's come in. He's 3 for 4 from 3. Only thing he hasn't done is get to the free throw line, which unless these stats are wrong, Sam, Lincoln has not been to the free throw line, which is
I don't think they have.
to be 3 quarters into it is pretty rare.
And we've only been 4 times. We're what,
Yeah.
2 of 4?
Yeah, it's not been a lot of free throws. Yeah, we're 2 of 4. They're 0 for 0. So that's really interesting in itself. And really the turnover battle has been fairly even. We had a few earlier, so the turnovers haven't killed us, and we're actually out rebounding them. Sometimes when you're the team shooting a lower percentage, you're out rebounding them. But statistically, it's fairly even. They've shot a lot higher percentage, and they're getting a lot more comfortable looks here. We've had to work a lot harder for our baskets here. the last 2 quarters, really.
Checking in on the girls who are in Sioux Falls, Lincoln. 3 minutes left in the third, and the Arrow girls are winning 40-22. So good to see the girls doing well. Fourth quarter here, Arrows trailing by 9 as Lincoln gonna get, nope, they're gonna call that on the ground.
Marcus there on the ground.
Austin sends us a chat and he says, good job on all the camera people, well done stream. Yeah, the camera people are absolutely incredible, 10 out of 10 here. We'll give them a shout out later if I can get, I'll have names and positions that they're doing for Arrow TV here. We'll recap that a little later. 2 quick fouls by the Arrows.
The refs took offense to our comments on the lack of free throws here. Now we got a couple quick ones. The first one was a foul. That one was a little touchy.
2 fouls in 16 seconds. Pretty quick. So it looks like Lincoln's just going to be pretty patient here as Schaefer's just waiting for things to line up. And 20 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to start moving now. Going to get a 3rd foul here on the Arrows.
Yeah, I think we got Caden on the hold there. They've run that play since I can remember. You know, you got to basically you're screening block to block across for the big guy, and then you got a guard or a shooter coming off a double screen. So you got a kind of a dual threat there on that play. I think Coach Hall said they ran a variation of that for many years.
Good job by Beauchamp sticking his paw in there, knocking that one loose, come away with the steal.
Yeah.
Lincoln's going to turn around and they're going to foul real quick. That's going to be Eddie Knoll picking up that one.
Yeah, Eddie didn't agree with it. You know, Luke, they had to call that one if they're calling the other 2 there.
Yeah, just kind of reach in, right? 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Kick ball there, yep. 39-30 Arrows. Arrows just not scoring a whole lot.
Yeah, no, and you get the sense that Lincoln's controlling the game right now. They're controlling the tempo. They're kind of getting, for the most part, what they want. So we got to try to get something done here to get a little momentum going on the offensive end. It's just been tough sledding on the offensive end, and credit Lincoln to their defense.
Yeah, I mean, they're closing quickly, making it difficult for the Arrows to shoot. Like there you see that. I mean, that's really tough. That's a great shot by Caden Beauchamp to get it to fall, but that's really good defense by Crow.
Yeah, not easy. It wasn't an easy shot, was it? Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, strong move by Caden there. We always like to see him do more of that.
Yeah, Caden's been pretty quiet tonight. I mean, that's a name that we haven't really called. But to be fair, I mean, the Arrows in general have been a little quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Crow puts up a tough shot of his own and can't get that one to fall. Arrows are going to get the rebound. Push here. Rodden underneath with the left hand. Just a fantastic shot by Dylan Rodden.
Left hand.
Left hand.
That's pretty. We got to remember.
Around the world there underneath.
We'll dial that one up on a replay here.
Yeah, we'd love to see that one again. Maybe our crew can hang on to that one for a minute. Put that one in the old in the bank so we can see it on our next break. Crow's gonna go outside with Beauchamp. Speaking of banks, bank is open for Crow as he banks that in at the top.
Quick turnover.
Oh,
could be a 6-point turnaround here.
Great job by rebounding here by the Patriots.
That's a huge turn of events. That's a 6-point turnaround. And it's because we banked in the 3 from the top, and it happens, but then we get a quick turnover. And
yeah, and just like that, we're down 11 again.
We had it with the ball, 5-point deficit with the ball there.
Yeah, we got a break here. See if we can see the shot by Rodden. Yeah, here we go here.
That's nice.
Around the world, protects the ball. That's a great shot.
We've mentioned it all year. He's got great body control around the basket and finishes well.
Speaking of great shots, great job by Arrow TV hanging on to that one for us and providing us a replay.
We just request it and they dial it up.
Yeah, that's why they're the best in the state, man. We piggyback off their talent. So speaking of talent, let's see if the Arrows can get one here. Thought maybe we're gonna get a foul here on Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah, good attack by Caden. Those are ones that are tough. It's hard not to foul. But that's why I like Caden. I think Caden probably get to the line more if he does a little bit more of that, just being aggressive.
Caden misses first free throws. He draws the back end of the iron on that one. Too much weights for the 6'3" senior, averaging 10 a game, shooting 59% from the free throw line. Would you shoot free throw line?
Well, let me tell you, I was probably, not that anyone cares, but probably around 80% from the free throw line. Then in college, I think I was kind of always around that 80%. So, I mean, they didn't run to foul me at the end of games, but.
So you were the Mark Price of
oh gosh, boy.
Of
Speaking
the Arrows basketball.
Yeah, no, not at all. Mark Price, like 95% free throw shooter, amazing. Speaking of that,
how many people that are listening right now know who Mark Price is?
Well, if they know basketball, they know. Do they know that Carolina and Georgia Tech are playing right now too?
Speaking of Carolina and Georgia Tech, DeGroot buries another three.
He's been good.
That guy. Maybe we need to call Carolina and have him take a look at the guy in powder blue here.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. We're down 4 at Georgia Tech, so.
Beauchamp, tough basket underneath as he picks up 2. 48-37 Arrows. We are going to stay here. And Brian, you are going to give us your insight on what the Arrows need to do in the next 4.5 minutes to close this gap and potentially sneak out a win.
Yeah, down 11 here. Down 11. It's been a struggle scoring-wise for us the whole game, but now coach is probably talking a little bit about we'll change some up defensively. And here's what's hard. For us to affect them with pressure defensively, whether it's in the full court or even a half court, is very difficult. They're just really comfortable, and I don't think a lot of pressure that we could provide on them is going to bother them much. And DeGroot's been the difference. I mean, we obviously, and then you start running a little bit. You start getting, you're rotating to shooters, that kind of stuff. And if Lincoln does a good job of hanging onto the ball and really making us guard and being patient to get layups and wide open looks, it's going to be kind of tough. But hey, we're still in it. There's a lot of time left. We got a little.
Speaking of DeGroot, King Becky chimes in and he says Sam DeGoat.
Oh, yeah, he is tonight.
Tonight, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So a little token pressure there in the three-quarter court, back to man. And we don't need to go crazy here, but we definitely, it's getting to where we need stops every time down.
Yeah, we see Engstrom gobble up that rebound. And that's another name that we haven't really called a whole lot tonight is Engstrom. As Rodden says, you know what, I'm going to take this into my hands.
So what's the difference? So why was Eddie Knowles a travel and that one wasn't? Tell me the difference.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I'm glad it wasn't, but that's what drives me nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if.
And it's a great move. It shouldn't be. That was picking up 1-2.
I wonder if the difference between what Rodden just did and what Eddie did earlier was it more of a jump on the spin that Eddie did versus what just Rodden did?
Yeah, it's probably what they're going to tell you. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to add.
So he spun.
You know what I would really
and went
like?
off 1 foot where Eddie Price spun and then got to 2, and then once that happened, it's an automatic travel.
What I would really like to do at some point in the broadcast is throughout the year, if we could get Mog in here as a third guy, just to talk to us about why maybe a foul was called and give us some insight. From a referee perspective, because I would love to hear what he has to say, and I would probably bet that he's going to watch this. If he's either watching it if he's not refereeing.
Chances are he's reffing.
Yeah,
somewhere.
He's probably reffing, but he watches a lot of the broadcasts later.
He probably goes home and watches us. Probably.
He does. Absolutely, he does. Probably on the way home, he's watching us on his phone.
We would love to get a ref up here that knows what they're talking about, but too bad they're all reffing, right? Because we don't have enough of them.
Yeah. That's kind of a woof. We could always use more referees. That's for sure. In every sport, amateur referees. That's a tough business, man.
So Dylan's got a chance at 2 here. We're sitting at that 11-point deficit. See if we can get her down to single digits, and then see what we do here on the make if we got anything dialed up defensively to try to pressure and try to turn them over here.
So then at this point, if you're the Patriots, do you change your offensive focus at all? You just keep doing what got you to this point?
No, you're just, as Coach Hall says, probably already doing. He's pointing it up to the clock. He's pointing up to the clock saying, hey, the clock's in our favor. It's our friend right now. We take care of the ball and get the shots we want. We're going to win this game.
So Mog just texted us both and said that he can be here February 6th. So maybe we got to talk to the Arrow TV production crew.
I mean, I don't know if we can afford him. Yeah, really. To be honest, is that in the budget this year?
I don't know.
Bring in Mog.
We may have to. We may have to bribe him with Twinkies or something.
Oh, we're going to talk it over. We're going to talk it over.
Don't mind the referees talking it over.
Pat had a great view of it.
There we go. They're going to call it Arrows ball.
Yeah, I think that had something to do with Coach McClemens. No comment to him as that ref ran by him.
Maybe swaying it.
Savvy move there by Coach Mack.
Persuasive.
No, that was a great job. We got a nice trap deep in the corner.
Arrows chasing 9 with 4 minutes to go. There's a great play.
Come on, Jaker.
Jake just can't get it to fall, but kind of going to get bailed out there with a foul. Yeah. So going back real quick to Monk. So Monk said that he can be here on the 6th of February. So we'll see if we can make that happen. I think it would be really good insight to have Josh come in and talk with us.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, he's not stepping all over us. I mean, it's like when we call him up and say, you know how they do in the NFL. It's like, Josh, what do you see on this one?
Exactly.
What do you see on this one?
Yeah, Josh. Right? So if Josh is obviously listening, so I mean, he can't bury us.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. But we just bring. He's on call. He's up here. This is a level we're getting to, Sam.
But all joking aside, how great would that be to have him here? For that?
And then everyone kind of chime in and disagree with Mogg as a referee. That'd be great.
You know, we could have him up here, and instead of him wearing a suit, we'll just have him as referee shirt on.
So we got her down to 7 here. Again, looks like we're gonna pick up a little diamond, a little trap in the corner.
DeGroot just slipped right out of that too, and I think they had an opportunity to hit him, just missed him.
They're going to be a tough team to press, just overall with their ability. I don't think Schaefer, and we got Eddie right now and Jaworski in there with Erickson at the guard spots. They're not going to get too rattled, and then you use DeGroot with his ability to kind of see over everything.
Great move there by Eddie to get the ball underneath to DeGroot. Austin Stockey says, unfortunately for DeGroot, Brian Norberg is the GOAT. Shout out to Austin Stockey. He's a big Eagles fan.
Yeah, a big Eagles fan, yeah. Well, I see you guys got 2 coordinators now, so maybe
and a defensive line coach.
Okay.
So they'll be all right. DeGroot's going to go to the line to try to extend the lead back to 10. 50-41 Patriots hanging on here.
Nice penetration there by Eddie Knoll. Probably the biggest play of the game for them.
He's got 19?
Yeah, he's at 19.
Wow, great game.
7 of 8. He's 87%.
Jeez.
He's having himself a game.
You know, and he's really doing it inside outside as Rodden with the step back green bean. Taking it to 7. The Arrows are not quitting, that is for sure.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. Tough step back there by Dylan. See if we get a little replay here.
Yeah, we're not going to go anywhere either as the Arrows take a timeout. As you know, that's a great step back 3 by Rodden to get it back to 7. It's this pendulum here, like.
Oh, and I think we got to remember too. It's 3 minutes to go. It's a 7-point game. We don't have to be crazy defensively and give up layups. We definitely don't want them to sit back and put the ball on top of their head, but you know, we don't have to get ourselves too much out of position here. I think we still have enough time to just get some stops as long as we capitalize on the other end.
Update on the Arrow girls. 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and they've got a 19-point lead, 54-35. So by all accounts, it looks like the Arrow girls will come home with their 3rd win of the season. Yeah, 16 points from Rodden tonight. Good to see him kind of heating up a little bit at the right time, right?
Yeah, for sure. Good win for the girls here if we finish it out.
Yeah.
You know, they needed it.
You know, Rodden's got 16 points. Is that a quiet 16
points?
Yeah,
it seems to be a little bit. He's probably got quite a few here just in the end of the 3rd and the 4th here. But here we got a little token pressure, not getting too far out of position. Now we can just guard.
Tough shot there, but look at who's got the rebound underneath.
Oh, got away with one there.
Yeah, I think Beauchamp maybe got away with one, and they're going to call DeGroot as out of bounds.
Yeah, Coach Halstead's not very happy, and rightfully so.
I was going to say, real quick, Kerry Holden says, so a little late to join, but not sure if Coach Norberg remembers game at Lincoln a few years ago when bus broke down and we beat a really good Lincoln team.
Yeah, I remember Kerry for sure, and I remember Blake. We have a lead. We got up by like 19 in the first half, and they were a good team. We were very fortunate to get a win there, but Blake Holden threw a baseball pass when we have the lead and they're pressing us, and I about wanted to tackle Blake, but then I realized that wouldn't end up very well for me. But yes, that was a great win for the Arrows back in the day. Blake Holden, you know, USD Coyote fame now, and doing a great job, having a great career as a D lineman for the Yotes.
when Ingstrom was bringing it up, did he maybe get away with one here?
Oh, we got away with 2 there. We hammered DeGroot down below, and then we
Yep.
just drug the foot there a bit. So
Yep.
7-point game, got a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if we get this back to 5 or potentially even 4 as the ball slips away from Rodden right into Beauchamp. Beauchamp puts a tough one, can't get it to fall. Got Schaefer trapped in the corner here, and that's going to be a timeout. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout as well. This timeout brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. So you're in that Patriots huddle right now. You see the split screen here of both teams in their huddle. If you're Coach Halseth, are you telling the offense to take some time? Are you starting your offense with 10 seconds on the clock?
Fellas, the clock is our friend. Stay out of the corners. We have all the time in the world. We still have, what, 3, 4, 2 timeouts, 3 timeouts left, 2. So, yeah, just take care of the basketball. We're going to take a layup. Or they're going to foul us. And I know there's a lot of time left, but we're on Watertown side. See, there's a quick one, and this is where the rule change is different now. Now we got 2 shots, where it used to be a bonus for the next few.
Yep.
Now it's automatic 2 shots. So clock's in their favor.
The 1-and-1 as opposed to the automatic 2 shots, 5 fouls as opposed to 7. How do you feel about it? I mean, we're almost a whole season into it now.
Yeah, no, and I do like it. I don't love it when at the end of a close game where it's a 1 or 2 point game and an individual goes to the line has to make the first. Right now it's you got 2 no matter what. It takes a little bit away from end of game situations. Overall, I like what it's done. I think the reset at every quarter is good. It's good for the players and it helps with the flow of the game a little bit.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I've enjoyed it, especially at the B level. I do watch a lot of B basketball as well, and I've enjoyed it at that level. As Cohen buries up one and just misses. Could be a foul on the arrows. That's going to send number 23, Braxton Moore, to the line. Tom Winkler says, best broadcast of high school activities. Other towns could learn to do the same. Appreciate you, Tom. There's a lot of talented individuals behind the scenes that you don't see. For example, our technical director is Carter Miller. He's a class of 23. He's a young man. He does a lot of things. Austin Thompson, class of 2015. He's our replay guy. John McCorkle is in charge of the video board, and John's in 11th grade. And then on cameras, we've got Brandon Crom, who's in 9th grade, Mason Mogg, who's in 9th grade, Jaron Mogg, who's in 7th grade, and Kyle Gall, class of 2008. And of course, our producer, class of 92, is Ryan Remers. So a lot of great and talented people behind the scenes making this stuff happen as the Patriots extend their lead back up to 9.
Yeah, minute 30 of the game, Lincoln just made their first free throw of the night.
Wild. And still have a commanding lead. Great look by Rodden underneath the Beauchamp. High percentage shot. And then, of course, your favorite coach, Coach Svensson, says, great job again, fellas.
Svenny.
So nice to get some love from Texas.
Hello
there.
from South Dakota down to Texas.
Yeah, good.
Always good to hear from Coach Svenny.
Yeah,
I didn't know,
cool.
you know, he may be moonlighting as a basketball coach now as much as he's listening to us here, Sam.
Well, maybe he's picking up a thing or two from you.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Good luck to him then.
Well, I'm really excited for the February 6th broadcast if we can get Mager on here to join us. But I'm more excited for the end of this game as the Arrows are trailing by 7 with a minute 40 left, so 100 seconds on the clock. And so what do the Arrows got to do in these next 100 seconds to get this game and walk away with a win?
If we can force them into a sideline in the corner, try to get a turnover out of a trap, something like that. And like I say, they're just athletic enough. It's really hard to keep them in front of you to deny the ball from them. But you're going to have to usually you got to end a game like this, you need a little help from the other team.
Sure.
You know, you can do a lot of things right, but
bad
you need a little
mistake
help.
by them, maybe force a turnover or.
So looks like we got keeping DeGroot and Erickson in the game here with Schaefer and Knoll, and who's our 5th guy there. We got Moore out there too. Moore's been pretty quiet but very steady tonight.
For the Arrows, we've got Inkstrom,
So we're gonna stay in the zone
Rodden,
press here, Sam.
Beauchamp.
Try to get a
and,
trap right here.
Grant. Rodden almost got one tipped there.
Yeah,
Good job by Lincoln by breaking that.
Ball barely touched the floor, and they got it all the way up the court without the dribble.
Yep, then they get into the hand of Schaefer, and then here comes the foul. So now we're going to play the free throw game. There's 89 seconds left in the game, and this one's going to be won or loss at the free throw line for the Patriots. Not a bad guy to have at the line if you're a Patriots fan.
No, I'm guessing he's pretty comfortable in big situations for them.
Yep, he knocks home the first one, extending the lead to 8.
Arrow shooting a, kind of a, 5 of 20 from the 3. We're 41% overall, but 25% from 3, and we have Lincoln at 46% from 3, 12 of 26. So probably one of the biggest statistics of the game tonight for sure. They just shot a lot better from 3, but I think the quality of looks they got, especially in the second half, were a lot better than ours.
Well, and they shot well. Kudos to Lincoln, as they were hitting nothing but the bottom of the net for a long time, and they were hitting contested threes, they were hitting wide open threes, and like I said, I hate to be redundant, but this game for Lincoln reminded me a lot of our game against Huron.
Yeah, I think we've been, we haven't shot it great tonight, but I think kind of the roles were flipped a little bit. You had Lincoln come in and shoot a very high rate, high percentage here. And I think they're a team probably, like I said, if they had lost their last 4 games, they know that they're way too good to have lost 4 games.
Yeah.
They know that. And so I'm sure they came in a little chip on their shoulder, and I bet they had a very good lead up to this game. And knowing that, Watertown could be a dangerous team, especially at home. So they're ready to go. Coach Hall says I'm ready, and I think it kind of follows the script with the Lincoln Patriots here over the years. They play their best basketball once you get to February. And
little give and go there. Rodden.
But it'd be interesting tonight, without DeGroot. And I don't know leading into the game what his average was, but it'd be interesting to see what this game would have been like without his production, because he was the X factor tonight.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, let's talk about that. I don't have Lincoln's all their season stats compiled, but I've got their last 6 games in front of me. So let's just focus on number 15, Sam DeGroot. So against Washington, he had 6 points, and against Mitchell, he didn't score against Mitchell. And he played 12.5 minutes in that game. And then against Aberdeen Central, DeGroot he didn't score in that game, and he played 9 minutes in that game. And then against the Pierre Governors, who's and this is way back when. I mean, this was roughly 8-9 games ago. DeGroot didn't score that game.
And I'm guessing that the year, as being a sophomore, as the year has gone on, he's gotten more and more time, and we might be seeing a little bit of a coming out party tonight.
Yeah. Because he hasn't gone over 10 in these 6 games.
And I'm guessing Coach Halseth and the Lincoln Patriots aren't shocked what he's done tonight, because they probably see it every day. But when you're a sophomore, you kind of earn your stripes a little bit and earn that opportunity, and he's done a great job with it tonight. But I don't get the sense that he's all that shocked with his game, what he's been able to do tonight. He played with such confidence. So I think young kid, as the season goes on, he gets more and more opportunities, taking advantage of it.
Talk about that foul that just happened there. That come on Torgy.
They just got
Braxton Moore.
Yeah, they just got behind us there, and some of those you just want to make sure that no one gets hurt, because you aren't trying to foul, obviously. And he's got a clear path to the basket, but. Good job by Torgy.
Shout out to Trey Nance?
Jim Nance? No.
Yeah, Jim Nance's brother, Trey, says the speed is great. Job well done to everybody behind the scenes. We agree, Trey. We're just going to stick with Trey.
He may or may not be Jim Nance's brother.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he is.
Right. Well, okay. I was going to lean the other way on it, but you're usually right.
We'll gamble a little bit. Worked out well for Dan Campbell. 3-point shot misses as time's about wrapping up here, Brian.
Yep. Yeah, it was a good performance by the Patriots tonight. I think the Arrows can learn from it. We knew this was gonna be a tough one. After a 5-game homestand here, we've
go on the road next.
Taking
right?
up residence up here in the top row, but yeah,
really have.
we head on the road, and I'm not sure.
That's Friday, right?
Yeah, we're Friday at Washington. Friday at Washington, and Washington's been playing really good. I think they're up to 3 in the seed points, I believe. So they've been playing really good basketball, and it's going to be a battle down there.
Yeah, so yeah, Washington's 9-3, and yeah, they are 3 in the seed points, so that'll be Friday. We're there, and then we're back on Tuesday the 6th for Sioux Falls Jefferson, and then go on the road for Roosevelt, back for Aberdeen Central, and then back to Huron, back to Yankton, and then finish off with a tough Harrisburg team to finish the season.
So we're in our Sioux Falls swing right now, in the middle of our Sioux Falls swing, and then get 3 traditional ESD schools and finish up with Harrisburg down there.
Torgy hits a green bean in the corner there. Beauchamp's going to foul DeGroot, so DeGroot's going to get an opportunity to extend his, I'm going to assume, career high.
Yeah.
Go on a limb.
Yeah, boy, I talk about efficient too. He's 7 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Let's see if we can keep her going here.
Not quite a Christian Leitner game.
No.
But not bad for the sophomore.
I love the classic sports knowledge you bring to the table, Sam. Love it.
Well, you know, the Christian Leitner 92 Kentucky game.
I was in 9th grade.
That was that's classic. Man.
It is a classic.
Is it 92? I feel like it was 92. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. If I was in 9th grade, it was 91, 92 year. Yeah.
He was 9 for 9 from the field, or 8 for 8, something like that. He didn't miss a shot that game.
Yeah.
Beauchamp gets murdered on the perimeter, and he'll go to the line for 3. Might be the only thing that DeGroot hasn't done right today.
Yeah, that might be his only flaw tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he'll take it.
Yeah, I think so. That's the one. I think Coach Halstead didn't quite agree with the call. He was trying to kind of head out halfway out in the court and help the refs out there. But yeah, once again, good performance by the Patriots, and you know, the Arrows battled. I mean, we could have. There's various points where I thought maybe we let this game get out of hand, and that did not happen. We just hung in there. We just couldn't get over the hump. We got it down to 7 multiple times, and we just couldn't get a couple stops in a row or capitalize on them.
Well, and at some point too, like you got to give props to the opposing team. I mean, they shot well, they played defense well, and you know, props to the Lincoln Patriots. Good night of basketball for them. But all of a sudden, I mean, there's 22 seconds left of this game. It's a 5-point game.
Maybe we wrote things off a little quick, maybe.
Yeah, so Beauchamp is going to foul DeGroot. DeGroot's going to go to the line. And, you know, all this is doing is extending our time together, Brian.
Yeah, it is. As fast as the first half was, we're making up for it here in the 4th quarter. But, you know, you look at it, we did a nice job on Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Knoll gets 4 points. He's averaging 9 and 10 points. And you got Schaefer with 7. Erickson off the bench with the 3 threes. DeGroot is the difference. Moore gets a quiet 7. I really think Gary Crow, too, a quiet 11 points. That kind of snuck up on us a little bit. So just a good effort all around. Another missed free throw, if we can come up with it.
Boy, that's a great individual play by Braxton Moore. He used all of his wingspan to corral that ball. And, you know, speak of quietly, you know, Rodden's got 18 quietly, but Beauchamp he's got 14 right now.
Caden's played well tonight. He's been aggressive, and he always gets he's typically going to be undersized with who he has to match up with, and has done a great job all year. I think Caden's biggest improvement this year is not as much offensively, which has improved, but also staying out of foul trouble and just being really good, taking on the challenge defensively against some really good post players. And I know DeGroot had a big night, but it wasn't because he just was dominating any one individual. He just dominated the whole game.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. And, you know, going back to DeGroot, not only did, you know, you said it best. You said that he didn't dominate one individual. He dominated the whole game. And he did it from all areas of the court. He did it inside. He did it outside. You know, and then he just missed his first free throw. And what's he at the line? 4 or 5?
He's
5 or 6.
4 or 5. So he's shooting a higher percentage from the field than he is from the free throw line tonight. But yeah, he's just across the board, lights out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who Braxton Moore throws this ball in, because you know whoever gets it is going to get fouled immediately. So we'll see if where this play is designed for. And hey, that was designed for more. Torgie's for DeGroot. Torgie tries to chase. That would have been a good opportunity there.
I guarantee Travis, his dad, has never run that fast because he got shot out of a cannon there. Torgie.
Yeah, Torgie. Yeah.
I mean, that's just unsolicited comment on his dad, Travis, but that was quick. He almost got it. And let me tell you, he's running with Schaefer. Good work, Torgie.
Yeah, that was good play by Torgie. Unfortunate they just couldn't get it. Schaefer knocks home the first of two. 16.1 second left. Arrows chasing 7. Lincoln's trying to wrap this one up at the free throw line to improve to 6 and 7 on the air. Arrows trying to avoid falling to 7 and 6. A little inverted there. Rowden's going to hand off to Jake. Jake's going to put up a tough 3. Double coverage, and that's going to be that. Braxton should just hang on to it to finish out the game. Patriots are going to improve to 6 and 7. Arrows are going to fall to 7 and 6. We are going to take a quick 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. We'll come back and wrap this one up.
Sharp Automotive Group, where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
I'm Cohen Kranz, I'm a senior.
I'm Peyton Bisker and I'm a senior. Would you rather have an extra toe or an extra finger?
I'd have an extra finger. Would you rather visit the past or travel into the future?
I would definitely travel into the future. Is Bigfoot real?
Absolutely not. Your childhood dream, what was it?
A firefighter.
On a trip, do you plan everything or do you usually just wing it?
I just wing it. Be honest, are some babies kind of ugly?
Never. Would you rather study hard all semester or cram right before the test?
No, definitely cram right before the test. Your life is a video game. What cheat code are you using?
I definitely have to use hacks. What are you really bad at?
Absolutely nothing. Are you always slightly late or super early?
I'm usually slightly late.
This is what happens post-game.
All right,
yeah.
so we are back, and boy, are we blessed here with have.
Are we in for a treat?
We have the legendary Gary Weckworth right there. There he is, folks, right there. Look at that guy joining with us.
Wow.
How you doing, Gary?
This is I didn't expect to be on Aero TV. I just thought I'd take a social media shot.
Sure.
To say that I know you guys and put it on my Facebook page.
Well,
Yeah.
when the legend presents himself, I mean, you got to take advantage of the opportunity.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
It's okay, Gary. I was called a legend too a lot here until you showed up. Now you're the legend. So.
But I think Norberg may have had the best introduction of anything ever.
Yes. I went down. I came back up here to just get reintroduced. It was so good. Yeah. Sam found things out like
Well, it's all part of the show.
Yeah, it is.
It is part of the show.
So this production these guys do is amazing. These
Big
guys.
time. I've watched
Yeah,
football. I have not watched basketball on Aero TV.
Yeah, well, they keep getting better each time. They do. They have split screen tonight and timeout. We have split screen.
Love it.
Doing a great job, but yeah, we're
they have
thrilled.
a wireless mic to hand the guest.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry that we don't have a headset on.
Well, you know what? Maybe next time we could get you a headset. But, we didn't know that you were going to be surprising us tonight.
Well, I just wanted to take my picture with you guys. That was it. So nothing more than that.
Are we here with Ann on a little date?
No, I'm here by myself
okay.
tonight. Just I like to come to watch a few Arrows games every year.
Yeah.
Sioux Falls Lincoln happens to be my daughter's alma mater.
Sure.
And so I'll take a picture and snap it to her. Like, she doesn't care that I'm here, or seeing her school play.
Well, this is.
But now this is a breaking news: is that Gary Weckworth is on Snapchat?
No, I don't do Snapchat.
Well, you said snap, so
I'll take a snap, like a picture.
Okay.
Like I'll
See,
snap a picture.
The lingo of that though is Snapchat.
I'm sorry, I crossed the line.
You got to be hip, Gary.
Gary's more of a Facebook, Twitter guy. X, I guess.
Big Twitter guy.
Yeah, X, and it's a good follow.
It is a good follow.
It's a great follow, and by him being here, we just bumped up our viewership and our popularity probably with him being here.
Yeah.
So about the game, Gary, just a quick breakdown.
Thoughts.
So Lincoln shot the ball really well. They kind of flipped the script from our previous home game against Huron. They shoot 46% from 3. We're at 23% from 3. I think probably that was a difference in the ball game. And they got a lot of athletes out there.
They had, I thought, Watertown couldn't hit much in the first half. They did not. But what I've seen every time I see the Arrows play, they're scrappy.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't quit.
No.
And I like that about them. They don't have the size. They maybe don't have the athleticism that against some other teams, but they fight hard. They don't quit. They give it their all. I mean, it's too bad they weren't hitting some of those early ones, because they would have been right there the whole way. But I mean, look how close it was at the end. I mean, they gave them a run for their money.
Hung in there.
And so
only ended up losing by 7. Got it within.
Right.
I mean, they got to that 5-point range multiple times.
Sequence of the game, fourth quarter, we get the rebound. Or there's loose ball kick out to DeGroot.
Yep.
It's a 7-point game at that point, I believe, or 5-point game at that point.
I think it was 5.
And he banks in the straight on 3.
That was Crow. Yeah. Crow hits the top.
Crow
did he call bank? I didn't hear it from my end.
No, we could hear great up here, couldn't hear it. And then quick turnover on a kick out, or an old board kick out then, and then they get another. So 6-point swing right there, and that probably was our chance there if we could have came down and capitalized.
The Crow basket made it 8. And then there was the turnover. They kicked it out to DeGroot. That made it 11. And in a matter of seconds, it's an 11-point game.
Yeah, those are episodes and nights where I now sell insurance and I go to bed okay. But hey, credit to both coaches, both teams. They really did. They're a talented team. They're on a little bit of a skid, and I think tonight we saw what they're capable.
What was their record coming in? I didn't even know.
5-7.
Yeah.
5-7. Oh,
but they've run through the Sioux Falls gamut of playing a lot of really good teams. So pretty misleading.
And it started with a great Mitchell team. They dropped 4 in a row. They dropped games to Mitchell.
Huron was their last
O'Gorman, Washington, and Huron, and pretty solid teams right there.
Well, we don't want Ann to worry.
No, she'll be fine.
Okay.
Speaking of Ann, I did drop a little trivia on Ann today, on the broadcast. Once you text Brian, and I had to let everybody know that Ann knows every song to every Snoop Dogg song, or every word to every Snoop Dogg song.
She does?
She told me.
Wow.
She told me. She said that she's not afraid to drop a little Snoop Dogg in the middle of the day.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to test her on that.
Yeah. And maybe you get her on air to do it. So if we could get Ann to come on air and do a little
she does
Dogg.
produce my morning show shtick on 99.1.
Yeah.
So she's technically my producer.
Yeah.
And so if she's been holding this back from me, I'm going to have to question this, that maybe my show could be at another level.
Well, I feel like Gary just swooped in here. He's getting free publicity here.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Classic Wecky.
Yeah.
Classic Wecky.
KXLG 99.1. Mondays and Fridays from 9 to 11. I mean, hey, I'm going to give you guys some props, so come on.
Sure. Well, take advantage of it. You don't become a legend for just like walking by opportunities.
Well, it's like Friday morning, they'll come in and say, hey, Wick, what'd you do this week?
Yeah.
I'll tell them.
Sure.
TV's going to get some some press.
Yeah, just
so, but thanks for having me on tonight, guys.
Thanks for swinging in.
I'm excited now.
Appreciate you being here.
I mean, I like coming to the games, but now I'm going to have to stay home and watch a hoops game just so I can
come to the game. Everyone, come to the arena, bring your earbuds, bring the earbuds.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is he, and I know I'm not really good at a basketball color guys, Sam, but is he more of a Tony Romo or a Greg Olson?
We've been called everything so far.
We really have. Yeah. We've gotten a lot of it, but I said from day one he's the Tony Romo of basketball.
Arrow TV.
Yeah. I think someone Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie Miller.
Yeah,
wow.
I did get a little Reggie.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay Billis.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, no big deal.
Yeah, Jay, I don't mind Jay. Jay's a good one. How about Sean Morris? He's kind of a local guy. Do you know Sean?
No.
does some Big Ten games.
No.
He actually he lives in around, like, is it Brookings or Sioux Falls?
Is it possible that we have the only person in the state that may have more useless trivia than you?
I mean,
Sean, you'll hear him on Big Ten games, and he's doing some coyotes and jacks every now and then too.
Some
jacks
too, yeah.
Love
but you know, he's a former Big Ten player at Penn State or something, I think. So.
And I use useless trivia very lightly.
I get that.
Of course. But I dropped a Mark Price reference earlier.
Wow.
So, you know, speaking of useless trivia, how many people out there are watching or not watching at this point that have any knowledge of Mark Price whatsoever?
Not many, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably
Guys, thanks for having. I don't want to hog any more of the broadcast.
Thanks for stopping
in. No, we're good. You know
thanks
what?
for having me.
And since the legendary Gary Weckworth is going to leave, we're going to leave with him. Arrow girls are going to be here on Friday.
Signing off.
You see it right there on the screen. The girls are going to be here on Friday, February 2nd against Sioux Falls, Washington. We'll be back here on Tuesday, February 6th for boys basketball versus Sioux Falls Jefferson. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to Gary Weckworth for joining us. Paul Robson says, "Wait until I tell Travis." You said that. You said that, Norm. So
yeah, we take shots at the dads who aren't as athletic as their kids sometimes.
So Robinson chimes in there at the 11th hour. So we appreciate everybody watching. Safe travels. God bless. See you next week. Going crazy at the step factory. Rodden brings it up with a little hezzy and back to the line. Boom and one. Draymond at the top of the key. Buries the third. Wide open look for Olsen here. Back to back.